Hi everybody, it's MJ from My Paper Journey. How's everyone doing today? Now it is evening here in the Pacific side. So I'm having a hard time seeing. So as you all know, most of the time I craft in the evenings because that's the only time I normally have. So today I'm sharing with you um, how I created these little boxes. I'll give you the paper measurements that you'll need and the score, where to score, and I'll put all the description in the box below. I call these little boxes, we're not going to be making these. I just made these tiny little boxes because, and I call them charm boxes because they are holding a charm necklace. And I don't have a small box enough for this, because you know, you get, when you order these from AliExpress, they come in these ugly little plastic bags. So I wanted to make this box for these charm necklace because I'm going to be gifting this to my friend's daughter. And I also placed another charm on the top, and I just glued it on with a glue dot so she can remove this and be able to use that charm with the necklace, you know, interchange it with the charm that's inside the box. And these measure 1.5 by 1 inch, and they're 1/2 inch deep. And this other little box, this one I will be showing you, giving you the process and the measurements. This one measures, I think it's 1.5 by 1.5, and it's 3/4 deep. And I call this one the washi tape box because that's what it's holding, a washi tape. Well, will be Offray ribbon, but it measures like a washi tape. And you know, you can use these little boxes for any time, for just because, or stocking stuffer, or a happy mail to a crafty friend. And you, if you want to put it in a little box to make it kind of extra special, you can do that. And then this other little box, I embellished the top. And because I have these resin flat bags that I've had them for a while, and I just want to use them. So that's what I've been using, most of them, to embellish these boxes. And I call this one the batch ID holder box. And I have to name them so I can kind of label them in my notes. This one I use a Velcro dot closure, and it actually holding a batch ID holder in this little box that I'm going to be gifting this to a special person, and I needed a box for it. So these are great for any item that you wish to gift to someone special and you don't have the right size box. So I'm going to start with the what I call the washi tape. So for the washi tape box, you're going to need a 5.25 by 4 inches paper. So basic, you know, with a 8.5 by 11 scrapbook paper, you can get 4 little boxes for this washi tape. As long as you using non-directional paper, which is very important for me to mention, because then if it's a directional paper, then of course you're going to have the paper cut a certain way. So I highly recommend that you use a non-directional paper such as this. And this one I've already scored ahead of time because, like I said, with my eyesight, but I'll just quickly go over it. Along the 5.25 inch side, you're going to score at 3/4 inch, then 2.25, 3 inches, 3 inch, and at the 4.5. And now you turn your paper around just one turn, and you're on the 4-inch side, you are going to score 1/2 inch, 1 1/4, 2 3/4, and 3 1/2. Okay. Now you, what I do, because it's hard for me to see because of the printing on the paper, so I just turn it around, and I've already X just to help me with my eyes, which ones I need to keep. And I can see already I made an error here, because, let me see, hold on. Okay, so this would, I had an X this one by mistake. So if you look at, hopefully you can see. So first thing we're going to do is cut to the second score line. Okay, and then we're not going to need this here. That's why I X these two out. And then this one, we need the top but not the bottom. And on this side, we don't need these two. And on this one, we don't need the bottom, but we do need this because these are the tabs. So then we're going to miter the tabs. And then this one here, we just miter this and miter this. Then we turn it around on the other side. Again, we're going to cut up to the second score line. And I'll put the measurements for the tiny little box, and you're going to construct it the same way as the washi tape box, which is the 1 1/2 by 1 1/2 3/4. So we're going to cut these two off here at the end. And we don't need this one here. We keep these two. We don't need the bottom on this one. We don't need these two. So actually it's going to mirror the top, but just on the opposite end. And we don't need the bottom on this one. And so we're going to miter. These are the tabs. And you also cut the tab on the bottom only. Okay, so now we start folding in at the score line. So you're going to bring this over, like so, and you're going to glue one of the sides. You can use double-sided tape, your score tape, or your wet glue. And I prefer the wet glue because it just gives me a little bit more time. Well, This is glitter glue. That doesn't give you a whole lot of time, but and then you just want to match the top tab to the score line here. So you just kind of want to put your fingers in there and press it well. So then you fold those in. Make sure you bend you fold your score lines so you can get a nice crisp box. Nice. So this will be 1.5 by 1.5 by 3/4 of an inch. That would be what I call the washi tape box. And then you can embellish it however you like. Now this one that I call the batch ID holder, you will need a bigger size paper, of course, because it's a bigger box. You're going to need, let me put this aside. Now, if you want the measurements for the 1.5, the little charm box, you construct it the same way as we did with the washi tape box. And here are the measurements. Again, I will have it on the description box. And when I put width, I mean that would be the 4.5 side, and the height would be the 3-inch side. So for the batch ID box holder, it measures 2 inches by 2.25 by 1 inch. So put that here. So on the 7-inch side, we are going to score at 1 inch, 3-inch, 4-inch, and 6 inches. Then you turn your paper to the right, and this is on the 5 3/4 side. You're going to score at 1 inch, 2 inch, 4 1/4, and then 5 1/4. And again, I'll have all the measurements and the score and all the information on the description box. Okay, so now again, I have marked what we don't need. And I'm going to double check it this time to make sure. Okay, this will be the top. Okay, and then this is the bottom. So we'll start with the bottom. So we don't need these 4 squares. I hope you can see because of the lighting, but you will need, so in this case, we're just gonna cut this off. Instead of cutting up to the score line, since we don't need this, I should have got my other scissors, but and now we're going to cut again up to the second line, to the second score line, should I say, and up to the second score line. And we don't need this bottom. Okay, and then this one we're going to miter, because that's the flap that goes in, and then this is another flap that goes in. And the reason why we miter it, because it's easier for when you turn in the flap to close your box, it just makes it easier to to turn the flap inside. So now this is the top part, so we're gonna turn it around so I can see what I'm doing. So all these here we don't need. And we don't need these two either. And you're going to get your corner rounder. And this time I'm going to use the 1/2 inch, which is the 10 millimeter. And we're going to round the corners. So this is what you have. So now we start folding in our score lines. So, and then we're going to glue. I consider this the front because this comes down like so. That's the reason why we don't have any tabs on top, just on the bottom. So we're going to glue, and we want to make sure that this goes over, the front goes over the back, so that you have a nice crisp line. So if you glue it this way, then you're going to see there's the unfinished, or should I say the unfinished tab. So we want to have a nicer finished look. So we put glue on this. And then we bring this over. And we want to line it up. You can kind of feel it. And I didn't line it up. Now you know why I like to use the wet glue. Because it gives me more time. A little time. Okay. So then these go in. And that's the bottom of your box. And now at this, you can, like I am like on this one, I use the Velcro dot. So you can put a Velcro dot for the closure, and then you can embellish the front like I did. Let's say on this one, I layered different papers on it. Or you can embellish it however you like. You can put a ribbon, tie it with a ribbon like I did with this box, or do a Velcro like in this one as well. And I put this cute butterfly flat back, and you can do the same thing on this one if you have like a cute snowflake. Put Velcro dot and put the snowflake, and just keep it really simple. You don't have to over embellish these boxes. Use your imagination. You can decorate them any way you want, fancy or not. Keep them simple like I did. So that's my share for today, and I hope I didn't totally confuse you all, because I was having a hard time getting this video done. So until next time, everybody, so to have a wonderful weekend, and may God watch each and one of you and your loved ones, and may He keep you all well and safe. So take care. Bye for now.